I recently posted a video about biohacks that changed my life, and you honeys ate that up. If you don't know what a biohack is, it is simply a lifestyle change that you make that positively impacts your health. And it can be your mental or emotional health, or it can be your biological health. There is a spectrum when it comes to biohacks. Some are super simple, some are very intense and complex. The ones that I'm gonna be telling you today are changes that you could literally make today that are going to have a huge impact on your life. And they're ones that I genuinely use. And if you don't know who I am, lucky you. I've got a great sense of humor, charm, and I can teach you a thing or two about health. I'm Healthy Emmie. I'm a nutritionist, a weight loss specialist, the creator of the Slim program and Slim supplements. If you want to learn about either of those, get a custom meal plan, custom workout plan, the whole thing, all the information is in the description bar. And if you don't want to learn about that, then you can just watch this video. I'm happy to help in any way I can. The first biohack that we're talking about today is non-toxic cookware. You have seen my caraway pans in my videos for over 5 years now. I have been using caraway pans this is my 5-year anniversary. We're celebrating tonight with dinner. The old cookware that we used to use, that I used to use, the Teflon, they have PFAs and PFOAs, which are called forever chemicals because they accumulate in the body. The bad news is that, like bad boyfriend, they're toxic. This can lead to thyroid disease, liver damage. It can even lead to things like cancer when we're exposed to these toxins repeatedly over time and they accumulate within the body. And as we get older, we're just more susceptible to those things in general. So we don't want to add to that by every single meal adding in those hidden chemicals. Now, as we get older, our liver and our kidneys detox pathways become a little bit less efficient, which means those forever chemicals that I talked about, the body's not as good at working through those. That means that those PFOAs, those forever chemicals, are gonna accumulate more quickly in the body and put us at higher risk for the diseases that I talked about. A lot of cookware as well has endocrine disrupting chemicals. What does that mean? The endocrine system is the hormonal system in the body. So no matter where you are in life, you might say, well, I'm postmenopause, this doesn't matter to me because I don't have hormones anymore. You do have hormones. Let's talk about something like insulin. You know, perhaps you are pre-diabetic or there's diabetes running in your family. Insulin is a hormone that is going to be affected by endocrine disrupting hormones, but also looking at your bone health and how that's tied to estrogen. And so if you are using cookware that is disrupting the amount of estrogen that's in your body, then that's going to affect your bone health. So nobody is safe from this. We are not invincible. I am Healthy Emmie and I am out here using non-toxic cookware because even I am not healthy enough to withstand those chemicals. But they are not only the most beautiful pans, but they come in this holder, which is so nice. It's a magnetic holder. And then you can hang up your lids in this canvas. I mean, you honeys know I'm the most organized woman on the planet. If this doesn't make you so happy, I don't have much of a solution for you then. You can use the code HealthyEmmie for 10% off your own Caraway set. You can also scan the QR code on the screen. And thank you to Caraway for sponsoring today's video. Eat your vegetables before you eat your starch. We all know what vegetables are. I don't have to give you examples of those. However, examples of starch are things like potatoes, rice, oatmeal, pasta, bread, millet, corn tortillas, cereal, amaranth, any of those grains, any of those whole intact grains. If I were to just eat, by the way, these are beautiful Hawaiian sweet potatoes, some of my faves. If I were to not eat the vegetables and I were to just eat these, my blood sugar would spike pretty quickly. And that's because I didn't line the intestinal tract with a webbing that would blunt the insulin response because it is so high in fiber, aka by using vegetables. So when you eat the naked carbs on their own, the carbs without the veggies becoming beforehand, you get that intense spike in insulin, an intense spike in blood sugar, which is followed by a crash where your energy dips and you start to crave things that aren't so healthy, and then that cycle continues. But if you have vegetables before you have that starch, that webbing that I talked about in the intestinal tract is gonna blunt that insulin response. So your energy is gonna be more steady, more sustainable, sustained, more long lasting. You're going to feel a lot more stable, and you're not going to get that afternoon crash where you're looking for a snack. There was a study done in the Open Diabetes Research and Care that showed that eating vegetables before carbs lowers post-meal blood sugar and insulin in type 2 diabetics. And another study from Diabetes Care which showed that sequencing meal with your vegetables first reduced postprandial glucose spikes in adults with type 2 diabetes. So I always recommend making a balanced plate with vegetables, starch, a source of protein, and a sprinkling of healthy fats. If you're not sure exactly how to put all that together, I have a free, 100% free plate builder calculator where you enter all of your information and your goals, and I will tell you exactly how to structure your plate. So once you have that, eat your vegetables before you eat the starch. And bonus points if you eat the vegetables, then the source of protein, then the starch. Biohack is coming at you from my shower. Don't get any bright ideas. This is a family channel. This biohack is not gonna be for everybody. To be transparent, it's one that I am a little bit too chicken to try, but I'm gonna share it with you because bio-individuality, different things work for different people. I am more of a Chinese medicine, I like things warm kind of gal, but some people do very well with this biohack. So I'm going to share it because some people it's really gonna make a great impact on. And that is, at the end of your shower, turn it cold for about 3 minutes. That cold exposure is going to activate bats. No, not these bats. Brown adipose tissue, brown fat, which burns calories. It also triggers our norepinephrine response, which is going to increase your mood, make you feel more alert, make you feel ready to go for the day and laser focused. It's also shown that it can reduce inflammation, it can promote circulation, it's gonna send more feel-good chemicals to the brain. It actually helps your body burn more calories because you gotta heat back up the system and keep yourself warm. Again, that study was done in men. This is why different people, different bodies, different results. And in 2016, it was shown that people who ended showers with 30 to 90 seconds of cold water reported fewer sick days and more energy. This biohack is going to activate the vagus nerve. What is the vagus nerve? The vagus nerve controls the parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest activity. And stimulating it is going to increase vagal tone, lower heart rate, reduce cortisol, and promote that feeling of calmness. So you may know that meditation is, for some people, accompanied by them going, I went to a wedding, by the way, which is why I sound like I'm smoking Marlboros. I just had a good time at the wedding. Stayed up later than normal, 8 p.m. So my is a little bit more than normal. However, all of this to say that when you do that, the goal when you make that noise is to feel a vibration in your throat, and some people can do it so powerfully they feel it in their body. That vibration activates the vagus nerve. You know what else activates the vagus nerve? I'll just say, having a bowel movement in the morning. That's why people feel so good after they have a morning bowel movement, because it's activated the vagus nerve. You got me in the shower today, talking about bowel movements. What's next? So, if you do meditation, you can use the meditation that's in the Slim app. There's a daily meditation that's in there. Hum along with it and try to feel that vibration. You can also use self-massage to stimulate the vagus nerve. So let me show you my ears. Actually, my fiance says that my ears are his very favorite body part of mine. So shoot down my self-confidence a little bit more. Kidding. He does say that though, that he loves my ears. So the vagus nerve runs here, and there are certain massages that you can do behind the ear. You can actually stimulate the ear itself. You can look these up on YouTube. I'm not a massage therapist. There are so many examples online of the self-massage that you can do to stimulate the vagus nerve, but I will let you know this, that you can double the impact by massaging with a cold ice roller. So you can buy on Amazon an ice roller, store it in the freezer, and then you can use that to do the massage in that area and stimulate the vagus nerve. Some will call this biohacking. I call it honestly just being responsible, but I take every day my supplements. These are linked down below, slim supplements. Guys, I could never be a beauty guru because it won't focus. There we go. I take my B12 and my vitamin D3. I created these because all of the other supplements that I saw on the market when I was looking for clean supplements had sugar, had oil, they weren't vegan. Like B12, but it's not vegan. I'm taking B12 because I'm vegan, but then the B12 isn't vegan. So I made my own supplements, but I'll tell you why I take these. I take B12 because I'm on a vegan diet, which means I'm not gonna get it from the food. It is something that I supplement necessarily. And then vitamin D3, I learned that I was low in vitamin D, as is 43% of the population, and then ran into the same issue that I ran into when I was looking for clean B12, which was I couldn't find clean vegan vitamin D, so I take these every single day. This is so important for neurological implications in neurological health, and also and again, these are not any medical claims. Always consult your physician before you start taking vitamins. But anemia is linked to low vitamin B12. And then this is directly related to mood and inflammation. It's shown that people with low vitamin D have high inflammation. There's a correlation there. And I don't want to have that. I also don't want to have issues with my bones and, so vitamin D3. These are my supplements linked down below. You don't have to take them. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do, but I take them every day. I was going to head outside for this biohack, and then I realized that this is actually the hack of all biohacks. This is a biohackception because it's a biohack with a hack on top of it. It's biohack squared. The biohack is to walk after meals, especially if you have blood sugar issues or diabetes. A 2016 study showed that even a short 10-minute walk is going to lower your blood sugar after a meal, and a 2022 study showed that post-meal movement significantly reduces blood glucose spikes in both healthy and diabetic individuals. Think of your muscles like sponges, and after a meal, working those muscles is gonna soak up the sugar that's in your blood. So the blood sugar isn't just floating, or the sugar isn't just floating around in your blood, it's actually being put to use in your muscles. This is why walking is so beneficial, or movement or a workout after a meal is so beneficial, because that sugar is actually put to use in the system. It's not just sitting there in your blood because you're sitting down or laying down. So you can go for a walk outside, or I'll tell you what, I'm due for a new one of these bad boys. I don't even want to know how many miles I've put on this, but this is my walking pad that I use with my standing desk. So a lot of times, like, I'll usually do this after lunch. In the morning, I'm usually sitting doing work, but after lunch, I'll usually break this bad boy out and do admin tasks while I'm walking. It is so good for digestion. The cats actually love sitting here while I'm doing my walk, I think because it's warm and they like the sound and the vibration. But this thing is an absolute lifesaver, especially living in New England, living in Boston, where it is freezing for 99% of the year, what feels like 99% of the year, and going outside is just it's a no. It's a no for me. So being able to walk on the walking pad is so beneficial. I love you, honeys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I truly adore you. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video.